Taito is easily one of the most popular brands in the hobby, but just like other giants, they have so many different figure lines that even pro collectors get confused. From Coreful to Artist Masterpiece, the labels can feel like a maze. Today, we're breaking down exactly what each series represents, so you'll know exactly what's inside the box before you spend a dime. First up is Coreful, and honestly, if you're looking for the absolute gold standard of prize figures, this is it. Taito basically asked themselves how much scale figure quality they could cram into a $20 box, and the results are lethal for the competition. What really sets them apart is their obsession with hair. They use translucent plastic at the tips and add complex shading that you usually only see on figures 5 times the price. You'll also notice incredible outfit textures, like molded knit patterns on sweaters that actually catch the light. The only real trade-off is that their bases can be a bit hit or miss. You'll often find plain, clear plastic discs that prioritize utility over personality, though Taito does occasionally surprise us with decent designs. At the end of the day, if you want the highest detail-to-price ratio in the hobby, this is still the perfect entry drug for any collector. Desktop Cute. If you're running out of room, Desktop Cute is exactly what you need. These are compact, sitting figures designed to live on your desk or the edge of a shelf without devouring your entire workspace. They go for a very specific, cozy aesthetic, often featuring characters in fluffy hoodies or oversized sweaters. The molding here is surprisingly deep, giving the PVC a soft, tactile look that's very pleasing to the eye. Just keep in mind that since they're sitting down, they can easily get lost if you put them on a high shelf. They're really meant to be viewed at eye level, where you can appreciate the cuteness. It's the ultimate choice for space-starved collectors who prefer a vibe over a massive, dynamic pose. Aquafloat Girls. Taito actually found a genius way to solve the boring base problem with the Aquafloat Girls line. Instead of a plastic disc, they put every character on an inflatable inner tube. It's a brilliant bit of design because the floaty is the stand, making the whole thing feel like a complete diorama right out of the box. The summer theme is always a hit, though you should be aware that these have a pretty large horizontal footprint. Those tubes are wide, so they'll take up more real estate than your average standing figure. But if you're looking to build a cohesive, sun-soaked summer shelf, these look absolutely fantastic when grouped together. Artist Masterpiece. Now, the AMP Plus line is where Taito stops playing fair. This is their premium prize division, and they are out for blood, directly competing with mid-tier scale brands. These figures are pure ambition. Think massive hair sculpts, dynamic action poses, and bases that actually matter, like magic circles or splashing water. It's the closest you will ever get to a $150 scale for about 30 bucks. However, that complexity comes with a catch. More parts mean more chances for QC issues. You might run into visible seam lines or a figure that develops a slight lean if the sculpt is too top-heavy. Still, if an AMP Plus version of your Grail character gets announced, it's pretty much a mandatory buy. Wonderland. For something a bit more creative, we have the Wonderland series. Now, full disclosure, this is basically the Hatsune Miku cosplay show. While you'll occasionally see characters like Rem and Ram join the lineup, this is primarily Taito's way of reimagining Miku in classic fairy tale settings, like Little Red Riding Hood or Rapunzel. It's a refreshing break from her standard outfits, offering unique concept designs with very crisp sculpting on things like lace, bows, and whimsical accessories. The catch here is that the paint depth often takes a back seat to the complex sculpt. You might find the skin tones and hair gradients to be a bit basic compared to the more dynamic Coreful releases, as Taito clearly prioritizes these elaborate, one-of-a-kind molds over expensive shading. But if you're a Miku fan, or just want a thematic centerpiece to break up a repetitive shelf, the Wonderland series delivers pure charm that's hard to find elsewhere. Precious Collection. Finally, we have the Precious Collection, which is essentially the big sister of the Taito family. These are older, larger, and much chunkier than the modern lines. They prioritize sheer mass and shelf presence, so they feel much heavier in the hand and work great as anchors for a large display. The catch is that this is an older line, and the tech shows. The sculpts are softer and lack the razor-sharp edges we've come to expect from Taito's newer releases. They're great for filling gaps in a collection, but definitely check the aftermarket prices first. Some older releases have inflated prices that just aren't justified by the older sculpting quality anymore.